Let me go first to Srishti, who was in court today when that bail was granted. Srishti, just explain this to us, because the Enforcement Directorate apparently initially opposed the bail, but after what the court said, kind of made a bit of a tactical retreat and said, we're not opposing the bail. Can you break that down for us? It's very interesting.
Well, yes, definitely, Shiv. A very interesting hearing that took place before the top court today, because we saw the Enforcement Directorate quite literally take a U-turn. It has been opposing grant of bail to not just other Aam Aadmi Party leaders, but even to Sanjay Singh. They had opposed grant of bail to him before the trial court, before the High Court, and even before the Supreme Court today. Once senior advocate Aam Singhvi, appearing for Sanjay Singh, concluded his arguments, the Additional Solicitor General appearing for ED wanted to argue against Sanjay Singh's bail. He had sought time. However, he even said that post-lunch he would want to argue the case on merits. However, we in a way saw a U-turn happen once Supreme Court posed some direct questions, and in a way also warned the Enforcement Directorate as to what might happen if ED argues on merits, and if the Supreme Court decides to decide the case on merits. The court made it very clear. The court told the ED counsel that as of now, based on the facts that they have before them, the accused turned approver in the present case, being Dinesh Arora, did not name Sanjay Singh in the first 9 statements. Sanjay Singh was only named in the 10th statement. According to court, they would have to consider this when they would decide whether or not to grant bail to Sanjay Singh. Secondly, no money, as was being alleged by ED, that bribes of 2 crores were taken. The court said that the fact of the matter is no money has been recovered till now. Now, even then, the ASG in a way had tried to interrupt the court and say that money recovery is not needed. But the court again said that if we do decide this case, and ultimately if we do happen to decide in favor of Sanjay Singh, we will have to record it officially in our order that prima facie Sanjay Singh is not guilty of money laundering, and that may affect the trial and also ED's entire case. So these were the statements which had come in from the Supreme Court, and that's when they asked the Additional Solicitor General to take instructions as to whether Sanjay Singh is even needed in further custody, because he's already been behind bars for 6 months. Post-lunch, when we saw ASG come back to court, he said that they have an arguable case against Sanjay Singh's bail on merits, but they are willing to give him a concession in this particular case. However, he did point out that the same concession should not be considered as a precedent. But regardless of that, it's definitely a big relief for Sanjay Singh and also the Aam Aadmi Party, because as we know, he is the first Aam Aadmi Party leader who has gotten any sort of relief in this particular Delhi excise policy case. Earlier, Manish Sisodia was refused bail right from trial court to the Supreme Court. So definitely a big relief for Sanjay Singh. Back to you.
Okay, relief for Sanjay Singh. Remember, the same court that has denied bail a few times in the past to some of the other leaders. So today's granting of bail to Sanjay Singh merits a deeper look, and that's why I have our finest reporters here helping us break this all down, because now it adds a layer of suspense over what the next steps will be, both from the Enforcement Directorate side as well as the case itself, and as it plays out politically just before the elections. Before I go to Munish, Milan and Anmol, the charges against Sanjay Singh that I just read out, let me detail them a little bit more. Sanjay Singh is the Aam Aadmi Party MP who's been released on bail now. He'll be out of the hour in just an hour or two from now. Sarvesh Mishra is Sanjay Singh's aide. He's been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Allegedly received 1 crore rupees on behalf of Sanjay Singh. Now, Sanjay Singh, remember, is out on bail now. He has spent 6 months inside jail. Vivek Tyagi is Sanjay Singh's aide as well, also summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. So those are just some of the details of the people allegedly involved in the excise case as part of the charge sheet that the Enforcement Directorate has made out. Munish, if I could bring you in now, the bail that has been granted now to Sanjay Singh, how does this, if at all, affect what is happening with Arvind Kejriwal, who was recently remanded to judicial custody, and the case against him? How is the Enforcement Directorate looking at this?
Well, Shiv, when the Supreme Court made it very clear that the bail to Sanjay Singh is not going to have any impact on the other accused in this case. For example, Arvind Kejriwal and for that matter, Manish Sisodia. As far as Sanjay Singh's case is concerned, and we need to understand this, it is completely different from what the Enforcement Directorate's case is against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. And that's that is why twice Manish Sisodia's bail was rejected by the Supreme Court in the same case. As far as Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia are concerned, what ED has claimed that they were conspirators in the case. Arvind Kejriwal has been called kingpin by the Enforcement Directorate in the entire case, and somehow the Enforcement Directorate has been able to prima facie convince the lower court and the high court that some money trail did exist between the Aam Aadmi Party and the South Carter. Arvind Kejriwal and Vijay Nair played the important role. Why Manish Sisodia? Because Manish Sisodia was the excise minister when this entire excise policy was being formulated and brought in by the Aam Aadmi Party. Sanjay Singh's role as far as Enforcement Directorate's case was concerned, it was very specific. One person gave 2 crore rupees to Sanjay Singh, and whether any favor was granted to that person or not, ED was not able to convincingly portray that, in their charge sheet which was filed against him. So the case against Sanjay Singh was very weak in comparison to the case against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, and that is why I think the ED will have no problem in opposing Arvind Kejriwal's bail or Manish Sisodia's bail in future.